Hello everyone, I'm here today to review aftermarket parts for the Millennium Falcon, the old MPC ERTL kit. Okay, I have 5 different sets. This video is probably going to be a bit long, probably 2 parts. I know YouTube will let me put up 30-40 minute videos if I want, but I try to refrain from that. Basically because I'm almost willing to bet most of you don't want to sit through a 40-minute video from me. So I try to put up like a 15-minute video and give a couple of days break between each one. So let me get going on these parts, on these kits. And again, I got 5 of them, and they're piled in various locations here. First one I want to talk about is this one. What we have here is an upgrade set for the engine vents. Now this set, I bought it off Starship Modeler's website. And it's readily available. It's easy to get. What it comes with is 2 photo etch details. This one, and you can tell if you've looked at the MPC kit, you know that is far better detail than what that kit comes with. It also comes with another set of photo etch, and this has various other vents, grills that are on the Millennium Falcon model. Along with that, it comes with 6 resin inserts to put into the Falcon. Okay? Now, the only disappointing part of this entire kit is these. That right there looks more like a wheel hub than a cooling fan. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go take a look at the Fine Molds kit. The Fine Molds kit has a much better set of cooling fans than this. Okay? And those cooling fans, they look more like a cooling fan you would find on a car. I'm not knocking this kit too much because it's the only upgrade kit you can get for those engine fans. And it's reasonably priced. It's not crazy expensive. I don't remember what I paid for it because I bought it a while ago. And I'm using it. So, it's not, again, it's not all that horrible. You can find it at starshipmodeler.com, and it's readily available. So let me put this one away. And we're going to start getting into the other upgrade kits. Alright? And it's, like I said, I have 5 of them, and I do want to put this away because I don't want that photo etch getting bent. Next one we're going to talk about is specific to lighting. Okay, this thing, I bought it from Outer Space Outfitters. This one's readily available. It comes and goes when it's available, but when it's out of stock, it gets in stock again pretty quickly. What you get are some translucent plastic sheets, and you put these, like this is the back panel for the cockpit. This is the overhead cockpit lighting. Okay? And what we have here is a big strip for the rear engine. This will help reduce some hot spots because it's fairly opaque, and it's got a blue tint to it, so it won't tone down your lighting that much. You basically cut these out and glue them on. It's not real expensive. It's under $20. I got mine off eBay. It's cheaper on eBay than it is on the other site. The other site you can find them on is Cultman TV. He sells them there too. So you can get them there. They're not incredibly expensive. Are they worth the money? Don't know. I haven't really used them yet. I'll be able to tell you as soon as I actually use them. I'm going to spend some time on that cockpit on Sunday and try to finish up that center console. And when I got the center console done, then I'll tell you if those are useful or not. Alright, another one. I don't know how readily available these are because they were given to me. This was a gift. I have a set of decals, Jbot decals from the Millennium Falcon. I suspect that these are readily available at Jbot decals. Okay? Don't know the pricing on them because they were a gift. But they come with a very nice instruction set on where they get placed. Full color pics depicting where each and every single one of them goes. Okay? The decals themselves look fairly well in register. So let's do a zoom so you guys can take a look at them. Alright? And again, they were a gift, so I don't know how much they cost. But I will be using these on my Millennium Falcon. Okay? And again, Jbot decals, I'm sure you can get, they're still available, because I went looking for some decals for an SR71 a little bit ago, and I found them at Jbot decals just fine. Alright? Yeah, it looks like a very nice instruction sheet for those decals. So let me put those back in their little baggie so they don't get damaged. And we'll get to the two fun ones. Okay? I've had a lot of questions asked about this next one because some of you have found it readily available on the internet. Alright? I'm going to pause for a second. Alright. Reason for the pause is this might be where I have to cut the video. Time flies when I'm making these videos. I mean, I literally lose track of time and I don't realize like a half hour has gone by. That's a good thing, because I bet you guys don't realize it either. I'm doing my job then. What I have here is the Blue Moon upgrade kit for the sidewalls on the Falcon. This thing was out of production for a very long time. I put myself on the wish list for this 2 years ago. And right in time for the build, I got an email saying, we got them again. You can get this at StarshipModeler.com. It's kind of pricey. It's about $60 or $70. More expensive than the model itself. So let's pull out of the box and see what we get. Now, I haven't really messed with this too much. So a lot of this is still pretty much the way it came. And one of the reasons why I haven't messed with it too much is, well, I don't want to break any of the parts. I don't want to disturb any of them too much. For various reasons. Okay, let's see. I know there's one more part in there somewhere. There it is. Alright, let's set the box aside. I'll put all those parts back in that box when I'm done with this little video. Now, one of the reasons for getting an upgrade kit like this is the MPC kit has its sidewalls a bit too high. What I mean by they're a bit too high is they're too tall. I'll show you that in a second because I got the sidewalls out for the MPC kit right here. So we can do a comparison of detail-wise. First thing we're going to talk about are the directions. Okay? This thing actually comes with some fairly decent directions. Now, one thing it says on the box is this guy right here is photo etch. That's obviously not photo etch. The directions have been updated for that, but the box still says photo etch. I kind of wish I had the photo etch there. You get 6 pages of directions, front and back, and it shows you where you can make some wire upgrades. Okay? 6 pages of directions, front and back. There are photo directions, which helps. You know, usually resin kits don't have this nicer directions. Like the Brock Erie Cruiser had nice directions, but I got some resin kits back there with 0 directions and about 200 parts. I have a Studio Scale X-Wing, and it has no directions and about 200 parts. So it will be a lot of fun to do. Alright, so let's start looking at the parts themselves. Because we've looked over the directions. The directions seem to be okay. If I run into problems while I'm building the model with the directions, I'm going to give you a shout out on that. Let me see if I can find one other part here in the bag, and I can. I'm pulling the Millennium Falcon parts so we can directly compare and contrast them. I don't want to come out of that bag. Okay, parts are going everywhere. So much for trying to be gentle. Okay, first up, we're going to talk about these end caps. Here is the Blue Moon kit compared to the actual AMT part. Now when you take a look at them, you can see the detail is fairly close to the same there. I'm not seeing much difference. What you do see a big difference on though is the size. Oops, I'm dropping things. What I do see a difference on is the size. And there has to be a difference in the size because we're lowering the hull. So the Blue Moon part is a tiny bit shorter. Okay? Next up are these guys. You remember I was hacking a whole bunch of triangular pieces off the hull of the Millennium Falcon? They're getting replaced with these guys. These guys have far superior detail than what was there. What was there is just a triangle with a couple of ribs on it. This actually looks like metal strutty pieces. Okay? That looks better to me. So the kit comes with 2 of these guys. It comes with those triangular pieces. It comes with an engine grill. It was supposed to be photo etch according to the box. According to the directions, it's plastic. That's fine. It comes with a clear resin piece right here to help with light diffusion. You can paint this black. It lays over this. This goes in the rear of the Falcon. You know, put that with the Outer Space Outfitters lighting kit. And I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can see that. I will probably have all my hot spots taken care of between these 3 things. I can also take this guy right here and paint him with some half future, half Tamiya flat base. That'll frost it up real well. So we might try that too. Oop, don't want to do that. The hard part with this one though is that it's flexible. And I don't know how flexible that paint will be. So it'll be an interesting experiment. Let me set these guys aside. Put that guy back where he belongs. Alright. Now, let me set this aside. We'll come back to that part because there's some parts on there I want to compare and contrast. Let me start pulling these sidewalls out. Because there's more here than just sidewalls, as some of you have found. You've already seen this little guy. I was carving off the back of the Millennium Falcon and putting him on there. Now, one thing I want to talk about with this. Some of the details are kind of soft on this. You can see where the mold is getting old and it's softening up a little bit. From side to side you can see it. And some of these square mesh pieces right in here are kind of fading out a little bit. It's still far superior detail than what was originally on the model. So I'm going to set all 3 of those aside because we've just reviewed those. Okay. It comes with this, which I'm not sure what it's for. I'd have to read the directions. Okay. Most likely this is some sort of doors somewhere. Again, I have to read the directions. But most likely the details on these are far superior to what is there. Alright? So I'll have to read the directions, see what that's for. I know what the rest of this stuff is for, and you're going to know it too when you see it. Sidewalls. Not all of this is sidewalls. These are some inserts for the underside of the ship as well that are far better detailed. This is resin flash. A lot of flash on this, but that's okay. I don't mind that. You just have to clean this up a little bit, and this is easy to clean up. Now, looking at it, one of the things you got to look for when you look at resin is there any bubbling? I don't see any bubbles anywhere on the front. I see them in the back. It's okay to have them in the back. I don't want them on the front. Bubbles in the front means replacement work for me. I found some bubbles. Did I? No, probably not. Anyhow, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a direct comparison between the sidewalls here and the MPC sidewalls. And I'm going to pick out some of the curved sidewalls to do that with. Okay? I mean, there really is no comparison. This part and this part are corresponding parts. I mean, take a look at them. How much more detail we have on the resin kit. The actual height that should be. They look really, really good to me. Okay? Look much better. Now, the other corresponding part for this. Right there. I mean, I don't know what these people are thinking. There's absolutely no detail on that. None. I mean, it's all missing. Okay? And let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see things a little bit better. I'm going to pick up the sidewalls again and just let you guys look at them, the differences. I mean, this one here corresponds to this one here. If you've got a good monitor and you've got a good download connection, you can crank up the res on this, because, you know, I am uploading these in 720p, and I use a 46-inch monitor to view my YouTube videos on. So if I feel like it, I can watch that in 720p just fine. And you will be able to see the difference in the detail. I mean, it's astounding how much more detail this aftermarket kit has compared to the sidewalls that are on the kit itself. I mean, just massive difference in the detail. I mean, I just can't say how much better the ship's going to look with that. It's going to look 10 times better. Alright, now I'm going to pause for a second because the video might need to be changed out here and clean this off. And we're going to talk about my last upgrade kit. I'm not going to clean this off too much because this needs to be packed away carefully. I don't want any of that breaking, because resin being what it is, it can be somewhat brittle. So I'm just going to really move them aside, and then I'll pack them away carefully when I'm done with this. Alright, we are on our last upgrade kit of the evening. What we have here is the Trillionths Gunwell kit. In other words, the Millennium Falcon itself has a nice window to see into the gunwell, but there's no gunwell. It's just hollow. You just see into the ship, and that's no fun. Not to mention, these guns look pretty pathetic. And this recently became available as well. You can go to Trillionths. I'll put a link to it at the bottom of the video and order this. Now, fair warning, I ordered quite a bit more than the sidewall kit. So what I'm pulling out of here is more than what I ordered. And I ordered 2 sidewall kits just in case I felt like I needed it. Okay? And the guy was really, really nice. He sent me a bunch of bonus pictures, some Mach A pictures. Oh, really easy. There's his website, in case anyone wants to go check him out. He sent me some Mach A pictures. Okay. I'm not being paid to do that. I paid for these kits. So don't think I'm just talking him up to talk him up. I pay for everything I use. I've only been set one bonus freebie in my life, and Model Man Tom sent some side-firing LEDs. That was it. Everything else I paid for that I review here. Okay, now let's start getting into the sidewall kit here. The sidewall kit comes pretty much like this. Alright? And what we have here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. These are the actual sidewalls themselves. Okay? For the gunwell. Way better than what came with the kit, because nothing came with the kit. And I do plan to drill out some holes in there and put some fiber in there and do a little bit of backlighting so we can actually see inside this thing. It comes with this little resin plug. This is the base of the sidewall kit, gunwell kit. And it comes with this here. There's actually a spring in the bag right there. I haven't read the directions yet. There are directions for this. He's got them online on his website, actually. And what I have here is a gunner chair, a Luke Skywalker figure, and a few other parts that go with the gun kit. The platform for the chair, and a few other parts. So it comes with a figure in scale with this kit. Alright? Keep in mind, I did buy 2 of these. I don't remember them being incredibly, incredibly expensive either. Okay? And again, I did buy 2 of these. I also bought a resin upgraded exterior gun for this. And that's in a separate bag. And I'll get to that in a second. I'm putting this away so I don't break any of it, because some of these parts are pretty fragile. And I don't really want anything breaking on me. Alright, so let me put that in there. Now I'm pulling out the gun kit. This is for the exterior gun on the Millennium Falcon. And again, he has directions for how to do all this on his website. He didn't it didn't come with directions. The directions are on his website. And it comes with two parts. It comes with this part here, which is a direct resin replacement for that part. And you can see it's a little bit more detailed, and it does look better. Okay. The guns that go on the Millennium Falcon only have 2 barrels, because these are half parts. They only have 2 barrels. And if I remember right, the gun in the movie had 4, and this comes with 4 barrels. Okay, and much more detailed parts, a much more detailed harness to hold it all together. It's going to look a lot better than what comes with the kit. Fragile, I bet, but still better looking than what comes with the kit. Alright? Now I bought 2 of these. Part of the reason was I have 2 Millennium Falcons. So I would like to have 2 of these in case I decide to build the other one someday. Or give it to someone. As Hands 3 and 4 expressed interest in building one of these. That was before her schedule got so crazy and she has 0 free time right now. And I respect that. It's going to sit back there, and if she decides she wants to build it, she gets to. If she decides she doesn't, she doesn't. I'll sell it on eBay with the upgrade kits. Now, some of you might be wondering what the heck is in the rest of these bags. He also sells some Star Wars 1/72 figures, gonk droids and various mouse droids and various other doodads for making a hangar scene. I have a 1/72 X-Wing and a 1/72 Y-Wing, fine molds. That's why I bought this stuff. Make a small little diorama with those guys sitting idle. I've got a bunch of R2 units. I've got some alien guys, some power couplings, looks like a little hover cart, you know, and he sent me some bonus stuff, some hoses and some springs and some flight crew figures, stuff I didn't order. You know, he was really great to work with. And again, I paid for all this. He did not send this to me to evaluate for any reason, shape, or form. But we have all that little extra Star Wars stuff, so I can build a hangar scene or something like that in the future. So there you go. I've reviewed all the parts. I'm going to take some photos of the Blue Moon sidewalls and put them over at Scale Model Addict. The link for that will be at the bottom of the video. And you guys can always follow my builds over there. I'm starting to put more photos over there. I'm not putting the photos in the YouTube videos. Don't know why. I'm taking photos of things and getting back to building that way. YouTube videos are going away. Don't worry. I'm not stopping this anytime soon. I just passed 800 subscribers. Yay! 200 more and I'll have a contest. I got some nice prizes for that one. A bunch of Tamiya kits. Yeah, I found them in a clearance sale. And I ain't going to build them. I'm going to give them away. But I got to get 200 more subscribers for that. Anyhow, guys, let me get putting stuff away. And I hope you enjoyed the review. I'll be back later.